Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, The Corrupted. So, I don't know too much about it. It's right after the Olympics in London, and an ex-con is trying to win the love of his life back. That's all I know. Besides, it's 5.6 on IMDb with only 455 people reviewing it. And it's $1.99 on Amazon Prime. Sam Claflin is our main character, I believe, but that's it. That's all I know. That's all I got for you. So, crime, drama, thriller, an hour and 43 minutes. Let me get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea of the synopsis, and ultimately tell you what I think. So, stick around. Could be good. Alright, I'll be back. Hey everybody. We're at the credits of The Corrupted. Sorry, no check-ins tonight. Wasn't even sure I was going to complete the review, to be honest with you. But I'm glad I did. I was going to complete the movie, but I wasn't sure what I was going to share with you. So, real quick, I want to get his name. Sam Claflin is our main character, the only one I really recognize in the entire movie. Well, yeah. And he's in Me Before You. I recognize him from there. And Adrift. And evidently he was in Charlie's Angels, the new one. I didn't realize that. And then Timothy Spall was also in it. I think I've recognized him in some different things. But anyway, Sam was pretty good. He's the ex-con getting out of prison who has a wife and a son. Kind of like, you know, on the outs because he's been in prison. He's trying to restore that relationship and get his life back on track. He also has a brother. And now his brother is also trying to get ahead in life, and so he starts making some poor decisions that can put Sam's character in jeopardy. You know, he's out on parole now, so you know. So then, and that's how it all kind of starts. You realize his brother's into doing something. You're not exactly sure what, but you know it's not on the up and up. Meanwhile, Sam's moving in with him and trying to get his life on track, and discovers all of this. And it unfolds from there on how it all happens. In the beginning of the movie, it shows, in a sense, what I believed to be where Sam's character started to go down the wrong path because of his father. So his father, right in the beginning, it's not a spoiler alert, you know, ends up dead when they're young kids. And so, of course, they grow up without a father. And you'll see all of this if you watch this movie and see what happens there. But, you know, without spoiling it for you, something happens there. And, you know, it's left for you to think, okay, this is why he and his brother turn out to make poor decisions and try and hedge their own way in a different path. But so then, as I mentioned, his brother gets into things, and you're seeing what he's involved in. Meanwhile, it's starting to show the corruption that is involved in London at this time. And as I mentioned, it was right around the Olympics. I think it says after or whatever, the 2012 Olympics in London. So you watch this whole movie, and it's that struggle of him being a good guy, trying to stay out of trouble, but everything else is corrupt, and he keeps getting into trouble or getting close to being into trouble and ruining the relationship he's trying to build. Interacting with the wrong people unbeknownst to him, as he's also a boxer kind of thing. So you know, things like that. And that's why I was like, you've seen this kind of stuff in a lot of different movies. You know, guy trying to do the right thing, but he's meeting corrupt people, whatever, and he's trying to get out of it. There's plenty of these types of movies. And that's why I was like, you know what, whatever, you've seen this before, this is just a London one. But I have to keep reminding myself this is based on true events. And I was like, okay, as I'm watching the movie and I'm thinking, okay, why did they mention the Olympics? It really had nothing to do for a large majority of the film. And the beginning part, as I mentioned about his father dying, really didn't have a lot to do, except for, I'm thinking that's maybe how it created him. You know, in a sense. And there's more to that. Don't get me wrong, I saw it, but I'm not giving it to you. But I knew, whatever. Well, after all of this piece of the movie that we've seen 100 times, now it starts to evolve into more specific about this situation, about the Olympics is pulled in, how the corruption is involved in the Olympics, and then his father and how that all ties together, and how that comes out a little bit towards the end. So I'm also left wondering, like, what was really true in the story and what wasn't. But I'm sure a lot of it was because they call out some people who were corrupt in this. So there you go. So what did I say? Let me summarize all that gibberish for you really quick. The movie itself is 80% these corruption movies with a ex-con trying to make good on his life and him getting caught up in the corruption. Okay, that's 85%. So if you've seen those movies, the same thing. They just all have an English accent in this. Now, the other 15, what did I say, 80, 20%? 20% is a little bit more original and makes it a little bit more, a little more original because it's different in that fact, and how they tie in the Olympics, and how they tie in his father and everything like that, his whole family in a sense. So I liked Sam. That's why I kept mentioning his name. I thought I think he's pretty cool. Tough guy. I don't know. I thought he did a good job. Other than that, I didn't really recognize anybody else, so I thought they did a pretty good job. But I found it more interesting. I was almost not interested for a lot of the film, and you might not be either because it's the run-of-the-mill stuff until they start tying it all in, and it dawned on me, oh, now I kind of get it. So it seemed like there was gaps in the movie, and there was holes that I wasn't picking up on, or I wasn't that interested enough to get, you know what I mean? There's points where I'm thinking about something else because I'm like, I've seen this movie 1,000 times, and then it does all come together. So it's not that in-depth that you miss it, and it's all there, and you just gotta wait for it. So that's it. That's what I got for you. I don't want to spoil any more for you, but if you like those types of movies, this one might be good for you. So check it out, and if you do, let me know what you think. Hopefully I was helpful in this review because I almost didn't do it. So let me know if I was helpful at all. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and tell all your friends. And thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.